Here's the definitive answer for the red versus blue button debate. Now, this was some Twitter argument which became kind of popular, and I was already having a heated discussion about it on Discord. But Mr. Beast reheated it, and so now is the time for the attention grab, right? Like, let's get some views. So, because I already argued about this online, so I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Okay, so what's the answer? What is the definitive answer? It's blue. Okay, but before we understand what is red and blue over here, let's go with the premise. The premise is that every person on the in the planet has to vote by pressing a blue or red button. It's a secret ballot, so nobody can moral police you basically. If you vote red, you're guaranteed to survive. If you vote blue, if you vote red, you yourself personally are guaranteed to survive. If you vote blue, then if more than 50% of the world votes blue, everybody survives. Otherwise, you die. Okay. So it's a fairly simple thing. And people typically were like, if you think about it, yeah, everybody votes red, we'll all survive. That makes sense. That doesn't make that much sense because first thing is, whenever we see any election, if there's anything even close to 70% of the vote, people are like, wow, so many people came to vote. It's one of the best elections in history, etc. etc. So people don't go to vote, and in this thing, anybody who doesn't vote dies. So obviously, you don't want a lot of innocent people to die. Okay. Second thing is, kiddies and old people and whatnot. So kids may not really recognize the significance. They may not press the red button. They may just like blue and press it, or the really small ones may lack even coordination in their hand to even if they're trying to press the red button, they just bash the blue button instead. If they even understand it, like all the newborn babies, they don't understand anything, and so on and so forth. So, there's a lot of room for this where people just press the wrong button. And there's the lizard man constant, which is that some people are just going to be contrarians and press the wrong button always. Or it may not be contrarians, maybe they weren't thinking, maybe their attention slipped, or whatever it is. But there's always like some 4-5% of people who will click the wrong button. Okay, and this is an effect noticed in opinion polls where all the people you could expect them to be reasonable members of society or whatever. So when it's already 5% for such people, if you add all these kids and ill people and people in comas and all, it's gonna go way higher. And a lot of people will ideologically press blue, such as myself, because let's face it, getting 50% of the people to vote and then saving everybody is much more realistic than having every person in the world come and vote. Okay, referring point one, right? So you will find a lot of people who would just who will press blue because they think that okay, everybody will get saved. Okay, so all these people will die. Okay, so do you really want to live in that kind of world where all the people who think of more than just who think of the greater good a little bit, who are actually interested in second order thoughts? Do you really want to live in a world where only these people are dead and everybody else is kind of selfish and whatnot? I mean, they may not all be selfish, but they may not all be incapable of empathy and stuff, but it's definitely like the nicer sort of gone. Okay, and then the final point, of course, is that you haven't thought of the smell. Okay, because if say 15 at least 15-20% of people will vote blue or will vote blue somehow or the other, all these people are going to die. Okay, and with 8 billion people on this planet, that is about 1.6 billion people. Okay, the survivors are not prepared to deal with 1.5 million billion dead bodies. Let's just be honest and think about the psychological effects. Like, how are you going to even deal with it? It's much better to just not think about this. Everybody just press blue. We go home. We're all alive, and it's really great. So yeah, this is my definitive answer for the red versus blue button debate. And yeah, thanks for watching.